Hey guys, welcome to week 1 of building a clone base on Kashyyyk in Lego. So this week we'll get a lot done from planning to layout to prototyping and minifigures, so you'll definitely want to stick it to the end to see everything that gets done. So typically updates will be releasing on a Saturday at around noon Eastern Standard Time, so definitely stay tuned for all of those updates. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is the planning outline of our Kashyyyk MOC. Typically other guys do it on paper, but I feel like computer makes more sense. So starting up here, you can see the water. We have a little bit of water, and then terrain, which covers around the length of one gray base plate. And it'll start with light tan, go to dark tan, and eventually brown for the soil area with plants, right? Then we'll have the large wall, which will be like sort of an intro to the Fort and Axis type base we're going to be making. And then there are going to be 2 watchtowers. We're going to have like a speeder repair area for crates, just sort of like a hangout area for clones and to get things done. Then we'll have 2 barracks, or we might change this one to a control center depending on what's better. And then here in the main road, there might be an ATTE walking depending on the scale. And here's like a little shack, which will probably be storage, or we can convert it into a training center. Then here is the main base of the actual basin on the fort. So it's essentially like we all have 2 floors. There'll be a ramp, probably a walkway area that's a prison, which will look nice, and then like a little building. So yeah, that's what this will look like. So these are the 2 minifigures we're going to primarily be using in the build, for the battle at least. So we're going to have the 501st Trooper, the standard one in the 501st Battle Pack, and then the 212th Trooper that was found in the ATTE set. Obviously we're going to have clone officers and probably generals and stuff like that. And we might include the Bad Batch because we're sort of short on clone troopers as they're really expensive. So yeah, that might be. So here's a quick overview at the different vehicles that we're going to be using for the build. So first down here we have our custom bark speeder that we made a few years ago, paired with the ATRT. They also made a few years ago. You guys can check out that video. It's linked right up top here. And these guys are going to probably be in action, and one of the speeders are going to be at the speeder repair area, as I mentioned before. And we have the huge ATTE that is like a phenomenal set. It's actually very underrated, and it will be probably on the main road unless it's very big and it will take away from the MOC, but I think that it will be the few main vehicles. We will also actually be including our custom AAT that we made around the same time as these 2 vehicles, so definitely stay tuned for those. Alright guys, so you guys just saw us putting out the base plates and the time lapse. So the MOC is going to be 3 gray base plates over here, and then a bunch of 32s with a small 16 by 16 plate. So the dimensions over here are not like exact, it's just going to be a little bit off. So just to get into it, here's like the water area. So basically the water's just going to be there, and then the beach, and like it'll fade into brown with some foliage. Then the large wall, which will go like a lot higher, and then here's a shack, a landing pad area for crates and the speeder repair, 2 barracks that are going to be probably changed in size, and then a large base area that's definitely going to be a little bigger. So yeah. Alright guys, so that about wraps today's episode. Make sure to stay tuned for future updates, because then we'll actually start getting progress, and I believe this MOC is going to turn out to be really good. So yeah, I think we did a lot today, and stay tuned for next week because we'll be starting on the train.